Hey guys, it's Trish. It's Wednesday night. I'm live from Chattanooga. I'm not sure if anyone is going to even be out here because I am a half an hour later than I normally do my videos. But we had a few little things that we had to take care of, and so it delayed everything, but it all worked out, and I'm here, and we're going to have a good video. And what else? Let's just dive in, and if people catch up with me, great, and if not, you can always catch it on the replay. I'm going to pretend I have a whole group of people out there. I know my sister's probably already gone to bed. Hey, Cindy and Huckles, thanks for staying up and watching. So you can purchase all the products that I'm going to demo tonight or get ideas on cards to make by going to trishen.stampinup.net. Remember that webpage is curated by Stampin' Up, so there's always a lot of interesting things on there, stuff that I don't do, so that might be interesting for you. So tonight, if you notice the theme, I said, hey, Patty and Miss Mary, thanks for being loyal and coming, you guys. Tonight's theme is dies without stamps. So I'm making a card, dies without stamps. Huckles, I'm not doing the bridge card because of our change in plans, but I promise I will do it. So let me get my notes. In the catalog, there are these dies. They are called the Meadow dies. They're on page 38, and it comes with a stamp set. And the stamp set's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, the stamp set is very pretty. But this is a good example of being able to buy just a die and not have to buy the stamp set and still be able to do some really, really pretty cards with it. So that's sort of the theme tonight that I'm going to try to go with. And I think you're going to be happy with the result. So we're using these dies. And then because the tag on this die was too small, I'm using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Those are on page 86 in the catalog. And this one right here, the Meadows dies, is a bundle. The Stitch So Sweetly die is not. It was a bundle last year. But these are sort of I feel like these fall in the category of a must-have, keep forever, because you have great shapes and then you have great tags. And they're stitched, so the end result is very, very pretty. So we're using those two dies. And like I said, I just needed a bigger die for my label of my card. And then we're using this embossing folder. This embossing folder is called Hammered Metal. I needed an embossing folder that had a lot of texture. And this one is perfect for the trick. This card is inspired by another demonstrator named Arlene Ross, I believe is her name. I saw a card similar to this online, and it was super pretty, and I loved it, and I thought, oh, this is what I can show my girls. Hey, Miss Nancy, thanks for coming up so late. Oh, yes, Patty, you did do a lot of cutting for that 12 by 12 swap, so yes. I know, Judy, and it's because of you. I always think of the Stitch So Sweetly dies, because remember one time, Judy, when I was doing a video, I could not remember the name of those dies? So it's a must-have to keep in your collection. And then, as I said, this is a really good textured folder. It's a 3D, so you get a really nice deep texture. And we're going back to a favorite that we've used several times because things never get old, and we're using the Sentiment Hello Friend. So that's kind of all the supplies. Now, one thing I want to talk a little bit about, if I haven't talked about it in a while, is our silicone craft sheet. This is just a silicone sheet that you can use for a bunch of things, but I use it mostly for gluing, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. But before I use it, I want to show you how to clean it. You just have to invest in a lint roller. This is the best trick I've ever learned online. So you get a lint roller, and you guys can see the markings of the glue that's already on here. You get a lint roller, and you just roll it like this and like that, and it picks up the glue, and this becomes as soft as a baby's butt. It is like a miracle worker. So that's all you have to do to get it clean. And it comes very clean. And whatever's left, that's never coming off. That might even be the other side. And I'll do this side too. You guys, it's so soft. It takes everything off it. So if you get one of these, which you're going to need after I show you what I do with it tonight, you want to get a lint roller too. So some of the flowers that I cut from the Meadows die, I found one and I'm missing another one. Did it fall on the floor? You know, when I'm not on my regular time zone, people, I have lost a flower, and this card is not going to work without that flower. So where could that flower have gone? Oh, my. One moment, please, while I go through all my stuff and see if I've just put it on top of something. You know, I'm not the only demonstrator that does this. I watch other demonstrators, and they do the same thing. It's kind of funny. Oh, where could that flower have gone? One moment, ladies. I'm still looking here. Look at this pretty stamp set while I look for that flower. Because, as I said, this card is not going to work if I don't have that. I don't have that die. A lot of airtime. Airtime is not good on a live video, is it? Aha, I have found it. Okay, my goodness, that was crazy. That was craziness. Now I found this one. What did I do with the other one? There it is. Whew. People, all right. My goodness. I hope you girls don't mind having to have an extra lot of patience tonight. Whoops, because that's what it feels like. It must be past my bedtime. Okay, so I've cut these two dies out. And the way that I use the silicone mat is I want to put glue on the stems. If I put glue on the stems like this, I'm going to get glue all over whatever I'm gluing. So I put the stems down like that, and I want to flip it over because this is the back side. And I literally just run the glue like this. And what happens is that gets the glue on the stem and on the silicone mat, but nowhere else. And that's exactly what I want to have happen. So I'm just going to do this. Get a little glue on there. Now, what I think I want to do on this one is put the top on with the dimensional, I think. I may change my mind when I actually finally assemble the card, but I think that's what I want to do. So I'm just going to put one dimensional there. This is using Coastal Cabana, in case I didn't give you the name of the color yet. This is the Coastal Cabana that I ran through the metals die. So you see it nice, you get a really good impression. Somehow I got a little bit of gunk on it, but I'm going to worry about that later. So the first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and this is somewhat of a monochromatic card, I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to put lots and lots of tape. When you're gluing down a embossed piece of paper, you need to use a lot of glue to hold it down. That's kind of mandatory. Now, let me see if I can quickly find for you the DSP that I'm using. Let me see if it comes from the mini or if it comes from Celebration. I don't remember. I think it comes from Celebration, but let me see. One moment while I look through. Yes, it does. It's this paper right here. Now, this paper is very loud on one side, but it's very soft on the other side. So I chose to use the other side. So I've already cut out the biggest label from this piece of paper. And this is called Simply Marvelous paper. So that came as a Celebration. So I'm going to, and I stamped it already with Hello Friend. Now you guys, when I stamp this, I use the Stamparatus. If you don't have a Stamparatus, you need to get a Stamparatus because this made a perfect impression and I did it twice so that I could get it nice and dark. And if you had to do that and line it up, even though the photopolymer stamps, it's probably not going to come out as clear as that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And I'm putting a lot of glue on there because I want to be able to make sure it stays adhered to the embossed paper. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my black flower down like that. I wish Peg was on here. Peg, let's see. You're not on here, are you? Oh, Anna, you are up. My girl. Look at all you guys that are up this hour of the late night. I know Cindy talked about having teenagers and young people in the house, and she's right. You do stay up later than that. I wanted to just to say to my main friends, Anne-Marie, you might appreciate this. This looks to me like a moose. Doesn't that look like the moose's nose and its antlers? Anyways, I just thought I'd bring that up. And then I'm going to take this one. This is going to be a quickie, you guys, because it's so late. And I'm going to go past the H so you can still see the, well, actually, not exactly what I wanted to do, but that's all right. We'll leave it like that. I didn't want to cover up so much of the black flower, but I just wanted to show you that you can make a very pretty card, not having the flowers to match the dies, and you can still come up with a really pretty card. I forgot to take some of the glue out of the extra spaces. I forgot to demo that. When you're gluing and you're gluing thin areas, before you glue it down, go ahead and take your finger and just kind of take the extra glue out. By the time I send this, that glue will be clearly dried and it won't show. So you guys, that is the simple card I made tonight using a lot of supplies, all stuff in the big catalog, except for the DSP, just to show you that you can make a very pretty card and you don't always need to get the stamps to go with the dies. Sometimes we have dies and no stamps. Sometimes we have stamps and no dies. Sometimes we have dies and no stamps. This was a no stamp. There's another one in the catalog, you guys, that I think is also falls in that category where the flowers are beautiful, but you can definitely get away with just having the dies. And that's Pierced Blooms. That's on page, well, the set is on page 30. And I'm going to show you that because that's another one where the stamps are very pretty. You absolutely can get them. This is the stamp set right here. And they have tons and tons and tons of dies that go with this, you guys. But you don't need it because the dies are stitched. And so there's so much detail and so much goodness in the dies that you can get away with getting the dies and not getting the stamp. So that's another one that you guys could think about. All right, that's it. So just for announcements, you guys, I am going to see a friend on Sunday, so I'm not going to be here for Sunday video, which I know is a disappointment because we just missed last Sunday, which was the Super Bowl, which was a really good game. It was well worth staying up for. And I was totally okay with the outcome. I would have been happy with either one of them. So I was happy, just happy to have football. Sad to know that it's going to be 6 months before it comes back. Although, don't be fooled, they'll talk about football for the next 6 months, whether there's games or not. Because there's free agency, there's the combine, there's the draft, there's OTAs, there's training camp, there's preseason and the season. So that's going to fill up my 6 months, I promise. Okay, so I will not be here on Wednesday. I mean, on Sunday, because I'm going to be away. And I'm actually not going to be here on Wednesday, the 23rd. So I'm going to miss this Sunday, the 20th, and the 23rd. And I know that's terrible. And then what that's going to happen is we're going to have a class on the 27th, a video on the 27th. And then starting in March, we have another big change. I think I shared with you guys that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go down to one class a week one video a week, because I'm going to start taking some exercise classes, Pilates. If anybody knows anything about it, feel free to tell me your experience. And so, I'm not going to be doing 2 videos a week. And I'm also going to be starting in March our Zoom classes, which I hope you will all come and have fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Easy, just hanging out with the girls, pretending you're at my house. That's what I'm thinking. So when I change to March, I'm actually going to change the night I do videos. I know, it's insane. So many changes, you guys. I'm going to change to doing videos only on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. So Monday at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be doing videos. So my first Monday night video will be Monday, March 7th. But I'll post a little note on Facebook to kind of fill you in, to remind you guys. Of course, I'll be doing a video before the 7th. But I'm going to be doing my first Monday night videos going forward will be on March 7th. Oh, that was a lot. I hope you caught that all. It just, after kind of doing a little bit of a survey, it kind of goes better for people. A lot of people do a church thing on Wednesday, and a lot of people do family things on Sundays. And I wanted I didn't want to, some people do small group Bible studies on Tuesdays, and Thursdays is my family night with my mother and father-in-law. So all the nights of the week, it ended up that Monday was going to be the best, hopefully for everybody, not just for me. I hope it works out for everybody. Okay, that's it. Simple card. Remember, around here, we make it and we mail it, and I know exactly who this is going to. And I hope you guys have a chance to stamp over the next week and get some cards in the mail. If you have any good ideas for St. Patrick's Day, post them, because I would love to see them. I have to come up with an idea to give to the girls in the leasing office and the ladies at the bank. I always like to make them something for holidays. So, oh, and Cindy, you're right. I have golf. Thank you, Jesus, that I have golf. And we have the golf channel, so I'm really going to have golf. So you guys have a fantastic week. If you need me for anything, if you want to order, chat, talk, whatever it is, you can reach me by email, message, texting, write me a letter, Pony Express, whatever you want. I'm here for you. All right, you guys, I love you. I hope you have a good week. Remember to make it and mail it. Get some cards in the mail the next week. I promise you will totally bless someone and change their whole day. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.